Hey guys, it's me. It's QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anybody and everybody who would like it too. So, please let us know in the comment section if you have this deck, if you want this deck, or if you like this deck. Positive comments only. Remember, let's keep it positive. If you would like to get a reading done, all of my information, social media, email is underneath this video. Please contact me. So guys, I am so excited. The day I saw this deck, I called my godfather and said, please get me this deck. I want this deck so bad. I knew from just the box that this would be one of my soul decks. How did I know that? I don't know. It just, the picture, the colors, it just spoke to me like immediately and was like, buy this deck. So luckily for me, my godfather gifted it to me. So today we are going to unbox it. We are going to review it. We are going to look at every card. There are 78 cards in this deck. This deck, let me show it to you. It's still in the plastic. As you can see, I haven't even opened it. I waited for you guys. I just knew. I was like, this is awesome. If you want to read this, please feel free to pause it. The deck was created by Maggie Wilson, and the illustrator is Uijiwa Mbenebe. I might have destroyed that, but that's what it looks like to me. So we're going to take it out of the plastic. Oh, let me show you. It's from Liminal 11. And these, this particular company that manufactured this deck has the sturdiest boxes. So I'm going to cut this out of the plastic. All right. My trusty scissors. So for any of you who are wondering out there, it's not hard to get it out. Even with nails and greasy hands, I managed to pretty easily get it out of the plastic. Alright, so now let me show you how it comes out. Okay, so apparently it comes out from the bottom, they said. Let me check it out. I don't want to... Here it is. I'm right. It is the bottom. Look at that. Pretty, huh? And then they said it slides out. Okay. We're cooking with gas. It slides out. And this is the deck itself. Ooh. Look at the pretty colors. I am so in love with this. And then it comes out from up top. Look at that. So inside the top, let's see what we got here. A piece of cardboard that holds everything in place. We have the prettiest book I've ever seen. Look at that. Okay, so inside the book, we have full color illustrations. Nice. We'll get to this later because I want to show you guys the cards immediately. So I'm going to put this to the side for now. I'm going to take the cards. And they're in order, again, because I haven't opened them. The plastic is still holding them together. And we're going to take that off. We're going to move the box, this beautiful box. And this box is sturdy. I mean, both of them are hard. Alright, now, for the piece de resistance, we're going to look at each and every card. So I'm going to pull this close to you. And let us begin. Alright, I'm going to try to make sure it's not too much glare here. Is that a disco ball? Let me make sure it's not too much glare for you guys. That should be good. Okay, so it looks like a disco ball. Okay, alright. Let me move these crystals over. Oh, let me show you the backs. Wouldn't be proper if I didn't show you the back of the card, which is the same from the box. Beautiful backs. Let's see how the card stock is. Nice. Nice cardstock. It's, as you can see, it's a little bit of gloss, but not too much. It's like a balance between gloss and matte, seriously. A little bit of glare on it, but not a lot. And not too big in my hands. Perfect size for me. So I have big hands though, so I never really have a problem as far as the size of the card is concerned. But if you have smaller hands, it shouldn't be a problem either. All right, let's look at the next card. So it feels like, to me, just from looking at the first two cards, it feels like it feels very tarot. Because I can see this and be like, okay, that's the Magician. You know, it feels very tarot inspired, we will call it. Okay. The artwork so far, look at this, y'all. This is like beautiful. The artwork is stunning, and I would say that's the High Priestess. So I know this deck has its own system. It's an oracle system, but some of these are very similar to the tarot. There we go. I'm trying to get that glare. So the Witch Doctor, isn't that gorgeous? So these are beautiful. I love the fact that it's people of color. Not to say that, you know, because you guys know I like diverse decks too. I like all kinds of different decks. Diverse decks are my favorite, but I really do love this. I love their hair. I love it. The artwork is stunning. Yeah, and I would say this is the Emperor, and they call the Emperor Stability. So it's a lot of common, you know, commonalities. So if you're used to tarot, you will be very used to, you know, it will be very easy, should I say, for you to get used to this particular deck. And I see a lot of the similar correspondences in here too. I just saw a ram in that card, which corresponds with the Emperor. I love that. I love that long tongue. That tongue action reminds me of Kalima. Oh, look at that. This is just such a, you know why I told you guys I wanted to read with this. It feels beautiful. It feels intuitive, you know. It feels like, even though, because this to me is the Lover's card. Very, very reminds me, I should say, of the Lover's card. So it's like, I just love these because as soon as I saw it, I said, I'm going to be able to read intuitively with this deck because I'm going to be very familiar with these images. And I was right. This reminds me of the Chariot. So they might have, like, based on a guidebook, it may have more to the interpretation, more to the meaning than what I'm used to. But man, is this, the artwork beautiful. I love the different hairstyles. I love the color choices that the artist made here. I love the softness. This is a very intuitive and sensual kind of deck. So for anyone, honestly, if you're learning tarot, let me pull this a little closer to you. If you're learning tarot, this would be awesome to use at the same time because it's going to reinforce a lot of these images in your mind. This looks like the Hermit. I love that pink lantern. Great color choice, the pink. I'm a pink person, so all of this pink in this deck is giving me a new life. This looks like the Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, it's giving me a whole new life. I just adore it. I just adore this deck. As soon as I saw it, I was just like, wow. I was just thinking about the meditations I could do with it. And I just got so excited. So I'm so happy that it's everything that I thought it was going to be. It is just beautiful. And I love the way that, you know, the cannabis is in the pictures, right? But it's not cheesy. I mean, it's like it's in the background. It's showing it as, in my opinion, more of the plant, of the medicine that it actually is. They don't look cheesy, like, you know, the the old fashioned, you know, kind of way that they would show stoners, you know, with red eyes and the whole car full of smoke and you know, that kind of thing. I like that because it says to me that it's more being respected as a medicine. It's being respected for the spirit. When I was a young girl, some of you that know me know that my hair is locked. I have locks down my back. But what some people don't know is that it was Rastafarians who taught me. Rastafarians in Philadelphia while I was in college. Shout out to all of you from South Street. That taught me how to lock my hair. And Rastafarians do not see cannabis as just for recreation. If you use it for recreation, fine and well, that's great. But Rastafarians always taught me that cannabis was for meditation. It was for contemplation. It was a spiritual experience, if you allowed it to be so. So this deck gives up that kind of energy. It gives up that energy just from the images and the energy of the deck itself. That's what it's showing to me. It's showing me not that, you know, that stoner from How High or from Half Baked, but what is given to me is, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's giving me spirituality. It's giving me people who are using it to come to a different level of consciousness. It's giving me somebody who will smoke and then do a meditation and maybe read some holy books or something. That's what this deck is giving me. So I'm loving it. I love that energy. I love the concept of using natural medicine from the earth in any way that we can, any herbs that we can. And that's what I'm getting from this particular deck. This deck is stunning. I feel like this deck would put me in a good mood, you know. It has that kind of energy. It has like a relaxing, happy energy. If you notice, many of the people in the deck, they are smiling. It's a lot of happiness going on. And the ones who aren't smiling just have this kind of peaceful, like, look at this angel. Look at her. She is stunning. And she has this kind of peaceful look in her face. And this reminds me of Judgment. I don't know what they call this card. Let me see what they call it. Karma. Excellent. Awesome. And it has that energy to it. And the people are reaching up. Like they're going, you know, Judgment is all about transitions and your calling. So, you know, they're readily going towards this beautiful angel. These are some of the most beautiful individuals I've ever seen. I love it. I love it. And I love how, even though it's all people of color, I would say most of these people to me look like they are of African descent, which is a lot of different people. People of African descent, you can say, are African, African American, different parts of the diaspora, all over the Caribbean. We're all over the place. So it could be a person of African descent from anywhere. And not to say that cannabis belongs to people of African descent. I know that the Indians have a very special spiritual relationship with it as well. So, not to say that at all, but I do love that. I love the beauty of that. Representation matters. It really does. And I love that. Now, see, now we're coming away from the major arcana and going rogue. I love that too. Because the last two cards have been totally freestyling. Silent Retreat. Look at her hair. Gorgeous cat. Gorgeous. I love that there's different hairstyles. Sometimes when people draw African Americans, they draw the same hairstyle. So I love to see a variety of different styles as well. That is really cool. Yeah, it's totally going rogue at this point, and it's just like totally having her own ideas and, you know, creation solo magic. I can't wait to see what some of these mean, because this is going to be the learning part, like learning new things. Ooh, sex magic. Okay. All right, I see you. Sex magic is something that I studied a lot in college, so it's a very popular form of magic. Look at that. Oh, wow. Animal energy. So I would assume if somebody got this, reading it from like, and it says here channel. So reading it from like a, I guess an intuitive standpoint, I'm guessing we are dealing with like animal familiars, animal energy, and maybe channeling from spirit animals. So that would be interesting if you got that card. Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's why I said, like, even though everybody here is mostly of color, I mean, she could be Puerto Rican, she could be African American, she could be mulatto, she could be from South America, she could be Costa Rica. I mean, she could be really anything. But it's just clear that she's of color. So that, when I talked about representation, that is just beautiful. I'm not seeing what I would like to see, and I haven't seen yet. That doesn't mean we're not going to see it. I haven't seen a lot of diversity as far as age is concerned. All of these people seem kind of young, or young looking. And see, she actually looks like she could be Caucasian, really. We don't know. We have no idea. Again, Costa Rican, anything, you know. But I love the colors. I love, love, love the colors. Now that's the one we saw on the box. Awesome, huh? Really, really awesome. See, I love all of these. I love the traditional cards that she has, or the traditional similarities in the first, 22 cards. And then I love how she goes off on her own thing. And it's just like, this is a card about dancing, it looks like. And then this one is, what is this? Gratitude. Okay, all right. I love it. All right, so this is the one that's on the box. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's the card that made me get this deck. Right there. Oh, look at this. This is so cute. I love it. I love it. Yeah. And again, look at the color of the hands. That person really technically could be from anywhere. You have people that are light and dark all over the world in every country. So it could technically be anyone, anywhere. But I just love that. I love the colors. I love the color scheme, and I also love the different colors of the people. And I love the fact that like anybody can see themselves here. I could see myself in many of these cards, and then somebody from South Africa, for example, or somebody from India, or somebody from anywhere, or Canada, anywhere can see themselves in these cards. So I think that's really cool. The different types of people can look here and see themselves. That's decent. I love that. The mortar and pesting, that's the bowl and the stick that he has in the background. He or she, and they're crushing. It looks like they're crushing up the cannabis. So that's really cool. This is cute. I love it. It's a grinder. I love that. I love it. The symbolism is awesome. I'm going to take my time and study this and really see what it's talking about. Conjuring. Is that conjuring or contouring? Conjuring legacy. So this is from the hoodoo tradition, maybe? I love how it's coming out and breathing all over. Ah, awesome. Yeah. I've never seen a deck this beautiful as far as colors were concerned. This deck is exploding with colors. All over the rainbow. Like, I love it. But there seems to be a very heavy concentration on pinks. I see a lot of pinks here. So that I'm really loving. That's cool. So like your cauldron. Interestingly enough, most cauldrons are black that I see. My cauldron is red. So I've always found that to be interesting. It's only I've seen some gold ones, some brass ones, but rarely do I see red. Okay, beautiful. I had to hurry up and show this to you. I just got it recently. Oh, enchantment. I just got it recently, and I had to hurry up and show it to you guys because I was like, I want to use this. I want to use this, and I want to use this immediately. I want to study this, and I want to start using it. It's a cigarette lighter. Love it. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Oshun, one of my favorite Orisha. Or Oshun is who we call upon for love and for sweetness and, helping those romantic relationship areas. She's also very skilled in witchcraft and divination. So she is the first Orisha I was introduced to. Okay, so now we're getting some body diversity because Yin and Ya is thick and beautiful. So that's awesome. Yeah, I'm still not seeing age. That's the only thing that I would say I would add. If I was going to add something to the images, oh, I see one. Okay, so I do see some age differences coming up. Oya, Mother Oya. This is the one I was talking about. So she's clearly an elder. She's clearly an elder. Again, she's a larger body type. So we got some good body types in here. And she is clearly one of our elders. You could tell by the wisdom that's in her face. So that's really awesome. Awesome. So I love that she added in some of the we always the ones from this tradition, the tradition with Yemanya, we call them the Orisha. So it depends. Different people, call them different things, but that's what they call them, those who celebrate that tradition. And then there's other, as you can see, other gods and goddesses, other spirits, other revered spirits, Erzili and Anisi, her daughter. And there's men in here and there's women in here. So we have some gender diversity in here as well. So that's really cool. And we're coming from different cultures, as you can see. So we just had some Yoruba. We had some other, countries from Africa. So we're getting a lot of that kind of energy in here. Like I said, very spiritual energy. Beautiful. Now, I don't know a lot about this one. This Santa Marta. If I'm not mistaken, that's from the, what is it, the Mexican? One of those traditions. Because there is actually a Santa Marta tarot. And if I'm not mistaken, it's from one of those traditions. So that's cool. So she's added in a lot of diversity in a lot of different ways. I was happy to see the larger body types because oftentimes you don't see that. So I was glad to see larger body types. I think I probably would have added in a few more older people. This gentleman here, let me see. Let's see, he's older too. I wouldn't say a senior citizen, but he gives off the energy of a mature gentleman. I would say late 30s, early 40s. So we do have some of that vibration, but I will put more of that in. But I mean, honestly, I love this deck. I give it like a 12 out of 10. I love it. So yeah, there are some things like that I would have tweaked as far as like, adding in a few more older people, maybe a few more people with larger body types. I would add in a little bit more diversity on those lines, but it doesn't take away from the deck in the least bit. I'm still going to adore this deck. That looks like a rose quartz, and rose quartz is my favorite, as you can see in the background here and here. It looks like rose quartz. But yeah, it's not going to take away from my love and devotion to doing readings with this deck. I'm already so thrilled about it. But yeah, that's all I would do differently if it was up to me. I would add more of that. I love adding diversity to decks. If it's not cultural diversity, such as different cultures, different people within that culture, I like that as well. That's why I said, different types of people, different age groups, different body types. So I like as much of that as possible. And this deck does have that. It just doesn't have as much of it as I would add to it. But I'll tell you one thing, 9 times out of 10, if you see me, this deck is going to be in my hand. I am enamored by it. It is just so beautiful. And so different. I have not seen anything. It's very unique. I've seen nothing like this on the market. And honestly, nothing that has really drawn my spirit like this. My spirit is excited about this deck. And I'm especially excited because how many cards it is. You see all these cards? Like we are still looking at cards and going through the different beautiful concepts that this creator has come up with. Divine Feminine, awesome, and still keeping with these beautiful colors, you know, the predominantly pink that I'm so in love with, and then just these beautiful people. I don't even know who she got to model these gorgeous people, you know. Look at that woman's face. So I don't know if she made these up or if these are people she actually knows. Hood love, I like that. I love the rings because back in the day we wore rings like that. The 4-finger ring, the 2-finger ring. Don't get me started. When I was a girl, I grew up in the 80s, and jewelry, big gold jewelry, was the thing. Now he looks like he could be of like Spanish descent or something like that. So I do like that. It's just people of color from different parts of the world, it looks like to me. I could see him sitting in the hood. I could see him sitting on the beach in Cartagena, Colombia. You know, I love that aspect of it. It just looks like different, you know, people of color. And like I said, you know, even some of them look like they could be European. You never really can know by looking at somebody. Like, look at her. Would you know what she is by just looking at her? No. I don't. You could guess, I guess, but you wouldn't know for sure. Oh, yeah. Sexuality. Let's get that in there. Awesome. All right, we're almost done. We have this one with those beautiful angel wings. Beautiful. Family. Awesome. Starseed. Beautiful. Reminds me of Pisces. I think they are the twins, if I'm not mistaken, from the Yoruba culture. But it reminds me of Pisces, the two fishes. And the last one is the key. Awesome, huh? So we're going to take a quick look at the book because we're almost out of time. And let's see. So you pull it. All right. Okay. So the first thing I notice here is that there is a table of contents. There's an index for each card. So whatever card you pull, you look it up. There weren't any numbers on here, just the names. You have to find the name. They tell us some things about Maggie. There's some introduction information, understanding the deck, co-creation, and then it gets directly into, I'm looking for spreads. They talk about the suits. Okay, so the suits have different names, obviously. And here go the goddesses and some of the other cards. I'm looking to see. Here we go, some spreads. Okay, so we can do the 2 spread. Okay, and more spreads. Okay, so I can try some of these fun spreads, which I definitely will do. Definitely. All right, so the book is awesome. It's fully colored and it's awesome. I'm going to have to, of course, read it to know more about this author, this creator, I should say. But that is it, guys. That's this beautiful deck. So check it out. Underneath this video, I'm going to put the links to where you can buy this beautiful deck. If you would like to get a reading, would you like me to give you a reading with this beautiful deck, please hit me up, inbox me something, and I'll be glad to oblige. All right, guys, you come back soon, and I am in love with this deck. Let me just say it again, in love. See you later.